Well, I'm excited today. What we're going to talk about. I got a question for you, and I thought about this on the way in because we're talking about leadership today.
Mm-hmm.
So, why did I look at this roll of toilet paper and think about leadership?
Because we got to put up with a lot of crap
Nothing but a bunch of crap
every day.
Oh my gosh. Actually, this is because one of us had the sniffles and there wasn't a box of tissue down here. But we said we're going to be real. So, yeah, we noticed the toilet paper roll was on set. So, leadership, get you some TP because you're going to have to deal with some crap sometimes.
Yep. That is so true. That is so true.
But yeah, that's the subject of the day.
And I think it's a good one because we have a lot of people listening right now that are in position of leadership. Whether it's at work, whether it's they're a business owner,
church, ministry.
There's a lot of leaders listening, and nobody can understand a leader like another leader.
That's right. That's exactly right. And sometimes that's the only person that can understand you.
Right.
And, we're both in leadership positions. We've both dealt with a lot of leaders, served under a lot of leaders, followed under a lot of leaders.
Right.
And so I think it's one of my favorite subjects to talk about. Mm-hmm. And we have a question today. We're going to start with our question. Sometimes we do this at the end, but the question is, how do you know what to do as a leader when you don't know what to do?
It's good. Because how many times have we as leaders been there where we don't know what to do?
Yeah.
But everybody's looking for us to know what to do.
Because we're supposed to, right?
Because we're leaders.
Right. So that is the question, and we're going to spend the next little bit answering it from our perspective.
Mm-hmm.
There are many times, I will say, we'll go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. There are many times that as a leader, you don't know exactly what to do.
Right.
The fact that you're the leader means that you're out in front of the pack. You're going into maybe uncharted territory.
Right.
You're putting your foot down in paths that you maybe have not stepped before. So it's actually very common for a leader to not know what to do. But they don't know what's next. We are standing, searching for an answer. Mm-hmm. It actually, when you think first, off the cuff about a leader, you just, oh yeah, they're a person that knows what to do. Mm-hmm. Not always. They know how to lead.
Right.
Right? We've talked a lot about people playing different roles within a team. Maybe you're not in the driver's seat. Maybe you're a support person. Mm-hmm. But many times that I'm in the driver's seat, I'm not using the GPS.
Right.
I got somebody in the passenger seat giving me navigation. Like,
yes.
Oh, you need to turn up here. I think this, you're about to have a split off on this interstate. Mm-hmm. Get in the other lane. It's coming up.
Yes.
Because we're driving. Mm-hmm. And so it's hard to do it all at the same time. So I think that's so important to know that whether you are listening or watching this episode and you're a leader, or maybe you're a key player on a team, you can still be walking in leadership moments, even if you're not the leader of the thing, right? And helping a leader lead is also leadership. So whoever is listening today, I think they'll get some really good information to take back into their day. Maybe you're on your way to your work. Maybe you're on your way to your office, on your way to church, whatever, whenever you're listening or watching. I think that you're going to get some good stuff out of today. So we're just going to jam on leadership.
Yeah, we can dive on into it. We've both been leaders. I feel like for you and I, growing up in church as the PK, as the pastor's kid, honey, you're born into leadership.
I would even say before that, as firstborn daughters.
Oh, yeah, dang. I didn't even think about that. Yes.
I feel like, being a leader even at home with siblings. And I remember being 5 years old and playing church and playing school and playing bank with my little sisters and, playing house. And lining up stuff. I mean, we used to play church, y'all. Like, and I don't mean play church in a bad way. I mean, it was cute,
it was
right?
fun.
We had like the little plastic chairs, and we would line them up. We wanted more seats, so we'd usually go like out on the front porch where there was steps, and then, so the steps was like, that
you
was
had
like
bleachers.
yes, or
Your
it
pews.
could be the choir loft, whichever way we were going with it. And we get baby dolls, stuffed animals, whatever, all the other little kids, put them in the seats, and then somebody was the music leader, somebody was the preacher,
somebody was catching people as they fall.
Have the ushers be ushering.
Yep.
And that is how we played as kids.
Yes.
I don't know that my younger siblings would have played that if I wasn't making them.
Right.
Because I was
the leader.
Right?
Yes.
So, then they knew what to do when they went to church or school, or
you taught them
out in public in any place. We played grocery store, restaurant. I mean,
back then we didn't have electronics, so we used our imagination. We mimicked what we saw, what we wanted to do, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, you're right. When being older sisters and the oldest daughters, you're just born with an innate ability to a sense of leadership inside of you. So that is true.
Yeah.
So
I was talking to my mom about something actually yesterday, and she's not a firstborn. She's a secondborn, and she wasn't understanding what I was saying, and I was like, her older sister is my Aunt Connie. I'm like, you just need to call Connie and ask, because she'll the reason why I get along with Connie, because she understands even though she's from a different generation, she doesn't have kids of her own. Her nieces and nephews are her kids. I have kids, but she's a business owner, and she's got her, siblings. She's like the matriarch of the family now, and I'm like, I'm not the only one, Mom. Call Connie. She'll tell you.
Yeah.
And it's just a thing, right? So
yeah, for sure.
Shout out to all the firstborn daughters.
Hey.
It's a phenomenon, is what it is. But anyway, those of you who are not firstborns, you probably have an older sister. We feel sorry for you. Well, we're happy for you because you probably have an older sister.
Yeah. Hopefully.
Anyway, that's just us being silly. But back to this leadership thing. Can you think of, because I know I can this week, can you think of something that has happened, whether it was in your business, ministry, being a mom, where you were in the leadership role and you did not know what to do? Like, you didn't know what the solution was. You didn't know what step to take. You got one?
Oh, yeah, I've got plenty. I've got some in parenting. I've got some in business. What do we want to...
Let's just start.
Pick
what comes top of mind.
I'll pick one with our adult kids, and we've talked a lot about that because we're in unknown territory right now, and a lot of our people, I mean, we're a little bit... we have a little bit of an age difference, but we're in the same season of life with our kids, whereas a lot of people our age, their kids are still little, so you don't have a lot of...
Well, and our oldest are the same age.
Yes.
They're 1 year apart, but they're the same age.
Heck, are they? Is it 1 or 6 months? It's 6 months.
Yeah, it's not even a whole year.
Yeah, I think it's 6 months, 6 or 7. So, with our oldest daughter, like, going into adulthood, that has been... Like, now it's great, but that first little bit of, like, transitioning from high school, everything's planned out for you. Your life is, you're going to school every Monday through Friday. Everything's planned out for you to, okay, where do you want to go to college? What do you want to do? Oh, man, that was the toughest year for us. Yeah. And you're the parent, so you're, like, supposed to know what to tell you know what I mean? Like, you're supposed to know.
Yeah.
You don't know. You don't know.
I don't know.
And you're just trying to navigate. God, I don't want to screw up my kid and tell them the wrong direction, the wrong thing. I don't want to, yes, I could come in and cushion this situation easily. But then it's like, okay, wait, if I cushion and make it a life, it's kind of like how God does with us. He doesn't make a life where he's not needed, right? So a lot of times I think as parents, we want to make a life for our kids where we they need us. And that's not good for anybody. Right. So I think toying with that line of, how much do you insert yourself into their decisions, right? Or when is the time to kind of be still and let them decide on their own? There was just a lot of that going on as our oldest transitioned from high school into college, and it stressed the heck out of us. But we're here. But it is a time where we, as parents, as leaders of your children, we didn't have a clear picture of what to do. And I think, one good thing is being able to have friends in the same boat and season of life to talk to, and people that aren't foolish, So, I mean, we had times where we've had dinner several times, and one time I'm talking to you, one time you're talking to me about what we're, experiencing with these kids. And just even talking it out is very helpful.
Very. In a great direction. But I think that is so important that as a leader, no matter what your sticking point is, wherever you're leading, when you get to that place that you don't know what you don't know, you don't know you don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Being able to just talk it out and be a problem solver is really what you are.
Right.
At the end of the day, newsflash, don't stop listening. But that is the punchline of this whole thing.
Right.
A leader's a problem solver, and we all solve problems in different ways. But I feel that being able we will stumble upon the answer usually if we can talk it out.
Yeah.
I know as women leaders for sure. Maybe men, I know there's that whole, my husband tells me, oh, men only need to speak like 5,000 words a day, and women speak like 25,000. I don't know if that's a real statistic.
Really?
Or don't fact check me, because that's just something Joe Casey said. He probably just said it because I was talking too much. But as a person who supposedly needs to speak 25,000 words a day, according to my husband,
you need to be able to talk it out.
I need to talk it out, and I will discover the answer.
Yeah.
Even the Bible says faith comes by hearing. So even if I don't discover the answer, I may discover I just need to go pray about it, right?
Yeah.
So that is a huge part, is being able to have the right people around us to talk about it. And you kind of hinted at that when we read Proverbs a lot in our family. If you are struggling, if you are a leader and you are struggling with leadership, just go read the book of Proverbs. I know people focus on Proverbs 31. Do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Proverbs 31 doesn't even make any sense if you haven't read the whole rest of it, right? Well, one little, I know we talk about Luxe tips and tricks, but I'll go ahead and give one now. There's 31 days in some of the months.
Yep.
So just read one proverb, whatever day, like, day
one,
it's 15th, read Proverbs 15.
Yep.
And you will literally read Proverbs 12 times in a year if you do that.
Yeah.
And the Bible tells us wisdom is the principal thing. And so when we are seeking that wisdom, we're putting it in us every day. That's going to inspire our leadership. But also, you mentioned, we're not surrounding ourselves with fools. Right? We're surrounding ourselves with wisdom.
Yes.
And I think that is paramount, that we have done what the book of Proverbs says. We have chased off the fools from us. We are not a fool.
Right.
We ain't hanging around fools.
No fools.
And we are pursuing wisdom because it's the principal thing. If you're in that place and you've surrounded yourself with wise people, wise counselors, wise comrades and friends, you are going to be able to talk that out. You're going to be able to uncover the answers, right?
Yeah.
So,
no, that's
important points that you made there. I love it.
It's so true. So surrounding yourself with people that you can talk out, and they're not foolish. They don't have a track record. I'm tired of people asking people for advice that literally have no business giving advice. You're married. You're married. You're talking to somebody that's never been married before. I'm not saying people have little tidbits, but I'm saying, like, why are we listening to people that have a bad track record? They don't know what the heck they're talking about. I don't know why we're doing that. You need to surround yourself with people that have been there, done that. Like, there's certain people successfully, right? Yes. So you're not going to go talk to, somebody who's been divorced 6 times about your marriage that's lasting, you know what I mean? Anyway, let me not go there.
Well, and it's not judgment, and it doesn't mean that they don't have valuable things to say about marriage, because there are things that you learn by doing the wrong thing.
From that, yes.
But I would suggest that you surround yourself with people who are going to be able to give you perspective.
Yes.
That is from a place of success and victory.
And not bitterness and,
right.
you know, all the things.
Yeah.
So surrounding yourself with people who have been there and can offer some wisdom, I think is a good one. Another one, when you don't know what to do, when you're a leader and you don't know what to do, I'm sure a lot of people listening right now are Christian. They, you know, love God. He is our help, ultimately, because sometimes you don't have people to talk to. And I know for this specific situation, we were able to do both. Like I said, we've talked a lot about it. But then at the end of the day, I'm talking to God about it.
Yeah.
And I am letting the Holy Spirit lead, you know, and sometimes, like, there's been times where Holy Spirit said, just don't say anything. Because I know as moms, we
have plenty to say.
We have plenty to say. We want to say it, and we want to say
all
it quick. And we're just like, let me get this out. And there's been a season for me, especially, where Holy Spirit just don't say anything. Don't say anything. Let me handle this. And I actually made a post on Facebook probably last year because I was stressing so bad about this situation. And God actually used my husband. And my husband basically was telling me, like, you are stressing about something that you do not have to handle. I will handle it. And I was like, sometimes as women, because we like to be, and leaders, we like to be in control. Sometimes we're fixers, and sometimes we try to fix stuff that we don't need to fix.
It ain't your job.
It's not our job. So really, some of the things when you are a leader and you don't know what to do, maybe the thing to do is let it fall to the person who actually
should be doing it.
Right. So, yeah.
We're done. It's so good. I do think as leaders, especially women in leadership, because we have a nurturing nature, a fix-it nature, we do start putting our hands on stuff that's not for us to do.
Right.
And the most successful leaders know how to delegate.
Yes.
And I think that's what I'm getting out of what you're saying, is know how to delegate. As a successful leader of my children, maybe I need to, as crazy as it sounds, delegate that back to God. Like, you know what? You put me as a steward here on this earth of them while they were a child. Now they're becoming an adult. I'm going to delegate this right back up to you because, you know, this isn't my job right now.
Exactly. You know, can I insert something really quick? My business coach taught me this not too long ago, and I'm like, I love it. It's called the DAD method. Have you ever heard of it?
I don't know.
So she was like, when you're presented with a task, a problem, whatever, it's the DAD method is when you use this. So it's D, can I delegate this? Can I automate this? Or is this something that I have to do myself?
Love it.
And so literally now when stuff arises, I'm like, okay, hold on. Before I jump in and try to figure it out, is this to go to somebody else? Is this something that can be automated and let the computers and everything handle it?
Or can a machine do it, right?
Or do I need to address this? So that's the first thing.
Love it.
When being a leader, make sure this is actually something that's in your wheelhouse and it's something you're supposed to do. Because if not, why take on the extra stress?
Boom. One thing I want to highlight that you just said, you're a business coach. You are a successful business owner. You are a successful entrepreneur. You are a coach, and you have a coach. That's leadership.
Yeah.
Leaders know when they're in a season or in a territory that they need to be led.
Yes.
And you've had a lot of growth in the last couple of years, but especially the last year, I feel, has been like supercharged growth for you. And no, you don't need a business coach every day, but in this season, you have sought that out because you're a leader, because you seek and pursue wisdom, because maybe there's some things that you're facing that you're like, I don't know what to do
to handle this.
Right. And so I think that that is huge. Being a leader does not mean that you don't have to be led.
Right.
In fact, you probably have an even more of a calling to seek out even stronger leadership for yourself.
Yes.
The stronger you become as a leader, the stronger leadership you need.
Yeah, that's
to be
so
following.
good.
So anyway, that just stood out when you said business coach. But also dad method, love it. I have heard similar, but that is so easy to remember.
I know.
So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I love that. So dad it. Delegate it, automate it, or do it yourself.
Yeah.
I love it.
I loved it.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm thinking as you've been talking, like, there's so much wisdom in all this, but I've been thinking about even this week. I mean, let's be honest. Have you ever launched a podcast before?
No.
I haven't either.
We have not.
Do I understand conceptually how all of these technical things are done? Sure.
Yeah.
Have I ever watched a YouTube show? Sure. Have I ever listened to a podcast? Sure. But have I ever walked up in a place and executed that?
Yeah.
No, I have not.
Yeah.
I'm a problem solver. I'm a critical thinker. And I know how to delegate to people who know how
to do it. Yeah.
And so there have been situations that have happened leading up to this point of launching this podcast that we haven't known exactly how to handle. And you run into snags anytime you're stepping into something new.
Yes.
You run into snags, you run into things you don't know how to handle. And I think that for me is the sign of a true leader, is when you hit that bump in the road, you hit that snag. Listen, I'm going to get frustrated. I'm going to maybe, kick my desk. I'm going to a little word I shouldn't say because I'm a Christian girl, right? Those things happen. That's called real life. But the leadership comes into play when you say, okay, booey with that.
Right.
Now, how do I get this crap done?
Exactly.
Give me that toilet paper, right? Like, let me wipe this crap up.
Literally.
And clean up this mess and get this thing on the right track.
Yeah.
Not the podcast, but I'm just saying any situation that you're facing that turns into a snag. And so I think that is a huge evidence of leadership in somebody. And I think that's another point. We've heard this said many times in, Bible college and working in ministry, serving in ministry, that, I think a lot of times people get caught up with titles and names and roles and whatever, fill in the blank. I don't care what you call yourself. A leader is a leader because people are following them. Right? When you have influence over people, you are a leader. Yeah. Maybe you're a younger person that's listening or watching, and you you have influence in your friend group, right? Yeah. I've noticed this. I've seen this with our girls. They're in college. Yeah. They both rewind 5 years ago. So shy.
Both of them. Not a lot of friends, and now
they're the leader of their friend group. Yes. Right? They have people seeking them out,
for
asking,
advice.
I need advice about this. I need you to pray with me about this. What should I do? I have been blown away. And I think if you would ask them a few years ago if they looked at themselves as leaders, I know Greenlee would have said no. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And they aren't calling themselves leaders right now. Yeah. But they are. Right. And we're standing here watching it happen. And so I think that if you're listening to us talk about leadership and you think, I am not a leader of anything, I'm a stay-at-home mom, or I just volunteer at my church, or I work a job in somebody else's small business. If you have leadership, or if you have influence in any of those places, you're a leader. Yeah. And I think that owning it and walking in it it's the quickest way for you to even expand your leadership. Just to recognize that you are one. You are a leader.
Can I say, for people who are watching this right now, because we're talking about leadership and what to do when you don't know what to do. I think first off, I want to encourage people, like, it's okay not to know.
Yeah.
Because I know personally, the enemy has come in before when I didn't know what to do and been like, you're not a leader. You don't know what to do. Newsflash, I'm human, right? We're all human, and there is nobody on this planet that knows what to do in every single situation, every single time. So if you're listening to this, I just want to encourage you, it's okay not to know what the next step is. That's where God comes in.
That's right. It's okay not to know. And if you move in wisdom, what does God's word tell us to do when we don't know what to do? Be still. Stand still. If you're standing still and you have done all the things in the book of Proverbs and you've surrounded yourself with the right kind of people who aren't fools and you've pursued wisdom, the standing still is so that the wisdom can present itself in that situation. And so I think that's huge. I think of situations that I didn't know what to do, and I didn't even know how to find out what to do, right? Like this, we talk about little snags, but as leaders, sometimes we run into monumental challenges. And let's talk for a minute about what our temperament as leaders should be, how to manage ourselves in those monumental challenges, because I think that is a huge part of this too. There's we're going to run into things that we don't know how to handle. We don't know what the answer is because we've never stepped on this path before. But if we do what God's word tells us and stand still, how are we acting when we're standing still, right? So tell me what you think you recognize as leadership qualities and attributes as far as temperament and how you're maintaining yourself in that moment when you're being still and waiting.
Well, I'm being prayerful. It really depends on I think there's a lot of factors that go into play, because some people are more emotional than others. Some situations make you more emotional, and so sometimes it's hard to be still because you want to solve it, you want answers, etc. But when you do get to that point where you're like, okay, I'm going to be still and wait on the Lord, that looks a lot like literally, well, I shouldn't say literally, because you ain't gonna just stand there and be still like this. we use the word literally way too wrong, way too in the wrong context. Okay, but for me personally, when I have been in those moments, like I said earlier, where God has been like, don't say anything, listen, I'm in my prayer closet, I'm praying. When I want to say something and I want to move, I'm going in my room and I'm like, God, please help me, because I want to move, right, on this situation. But I'm taking everything to God, and I'm constantly reminding myself as often as I need to that I am in still mode and He is in control. So keeping a posture, really, you kind of got to humble yourself sometimes to be still. And I'm not talking about like being still out of fear, because some people, they're always still.
Paralyzed.
Because they're scared.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, this is a situation where you literally have to make yourself be still before God and let Him take care of things until He tells you to move and what direction. So really just being prayerful and reminding yourself, at least that's what I personally have to do, is talk to myself and be like, you're being still right now. You're not saying anything.
Yeah. I agree with the thing that you said about being emotional, right? Leaders are emotional beings, right? Because, like we said, leaders are people who have influence, and to be influential, you have to emote,
right?
And so naturally as leaders. I mean, you just know. You see those people that, there are some people that I know that are leaders that, I mean, I'm just going to be honest, I ain't going to name any names, but they're not even that smart.
Mm-hmm.
But they have a charisma about them.
Right.
They have emotion that they can transfer to create influence, and people follow that.
Right.
And that's, I mean, that could be used negatively or
good
positively.
Or bad. Yeah.
But I'm just simply highlighting the fact that leaders in general are emotional creatures.
Right.
So there comes the rub, right? When we're facing a monumental challenge, we don't know what to do. We're these emotional beings, especially if we're women leaders. Just amp that up a little extra.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad thing. That's just the way that God made us. So being still, it's very difficult as a leader sometimes. But that then reveals the leadership, because you're able to see who can do it.
Right.
Right?
That's true.
It's part of the leadership test. I'm feeling all these emotions. I want to go off the walls. I want to go off the rails. I want to, tear this whole office apart, or whatever it is that I feel like doing. Go and cry somewhere. Whatever feeling you're having.
Right.
And able to set it aside. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not able to every time. I think working with family is it's very difficult sometimes, because when other people who aren't as close to us are around us working, there's a natural barrier there, boundary, like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to act in front of them.
Yeah.
And then when you're working with your family and your people, like, these are the people
you're
I'm
comfortable.
close to, I'm having a moment, they understand, and then it's easy to step out of our leadership strength in those moments and really just act crazy,
a donkey,
right? Yeah. And so I think that leadership is shown when we're able to be in control. And being in control, it's being in control of ourselves. Because we can't be in control of
other people,
or the situation, the
Yeah.
people we're dealing with. We cannot control that.
Yeah.
We can lead that. We can control ourselves. I don't always do it. I don't always do it right. But that self-talk is the thing. I have to sometimes literally retreat. And I don't think you should become isolated as a leader that's facing a challenge. But I think that retreat is very important, because it does silence. Maybe you have people around that don't have the right perspective, that are, egging you on in an emotional stance that you shouldn't be in. Maybe they're just too close to the situation and they have opinions, and especially if there are hurt feelings about, sometimes in leadership it's conflict resolution with people. And when people are involved, now you just amp the emotions up even more, right? And so I feel like that being able to retreat, being able to step away, is very important to maintain that control of ourselves. And I don't mean isolate.
Right.
I just mean be able to take a moment.
Yeah.
Take a minute.
You need that.
And what does that look like? Let's talk about some practical ways. I know you said being prayerful, getting in prayer closet. That's all important. I guess sometimes I have to get very down to the nitty gritty. I need people to tell me, like, okay, what does being prayerful look like for you? Being prayerful in a moment like that looks like, to me, putting on my shoes, getting in my car, and go drive down the road, as we say.
Yeah.
I need to go get in my car and get down the road. Maybe I need to be in silence. Maybe I need to turn on some worship music. Maybe I need to turn on some freaking 80s rock and roll and scream with the windows down. Get away. I know that's not prayerful.
We know you're married to Joe Casey when you said
exactly. I know it's not prayerful, but Jesus likes to rock and roll.
That's hilarious.
But anyway, I have to literally get in my car and go somewhere most times to get away from the actual environment of the situation that I'm dealing with. I have to have actual separation from that space.
Yeah.
I don't know if you have to go to that extreme, but I do.
It depends on what the situation. If it's a business situation in a leadership role, there's nowhere for me to go. I'm not going anywhere. But like, I literally would go to my closet, shut the door, and pray, or just go to my room, turn on some worship music. Now if it's a situation like, maybe I have a spat with my husband or something, honey, I'm down the street at Dairy Queen. Like,
for a blizzard.
I'm getting me a Oreo blizzard with sprinkles and whipped cream, and I'm being really bad about what I'm eating. But yes, those are times that I have to get away from the environment.
I think this is so important. I mean, these are the life hacks that leaders do, and a lot of people won't share this nitty gritty what you do. I think it's important that we recognize what are ways that we can actually just remove ourselves from the challenge, get some perspective, take control of ourselves and our natural leader emotions that we have.
Yeah.
And then maybe the next step would be seeking out wise counsel.
Right.
If you don't have a business buddy, if you don't have another mom or wife, or
you need somebody
that this is my go-to person when I'm dealing with this type of challenge.
Right.
Find them. I mean, go get you a notebook out.
Yeah.
Or open up the notes on your phone and literally, now you got me saying literally. Daniel would be making fun of me. Literally make a list.
Oh, yeah.
Of people. Because I think sometimes when we get caught in a situation, an unknown, frustrated, or as my grandmother would say, flusterated.
Flusterated, I love that.
Sometimes our mind even goes blank.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Having that already prepared, like, okay, if I'm running into a situation in the office, and you and I do this with each other a lot, we don't have the same businesses, like we're not doing the same work in our businesses.
Right.
But we both run into things, and we coach financial advisors and professional traders. Well, you don't do that, so if I'm telling you something super technical about our
something with the
trading
platform,
or you're not going to know what
I'm not going to understand.
But you're going to be able to offer perspective and say, hey,
right.
You need to take a chill pill. You need to, get control of your thoughts. Here's some steps. Let's talk about the dad technique.
The dad method, yeah.
Get those people in place in your mind, in your heart, in your phone, in your...
Yeah, because and that's another thing. Like, sometimes, there are people that they only have they're one person for everything. And typically, it's not just one person that can catch all that. Right. Like you said, you need a list. There are times where like, I'll tell you something and ask for your advice. Then there are times talking to my husband, because he would be the best one. Then there's times I'm calling, I had a situation earlier this year. I called both of my parents on speakerphone. I'm like, Mom, Dad, what do y'all think? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so there are people in your life, multiple, that are going to have a different anointing for a different thing. You know what I mean? And so I think it was a good idea, like, to write down a list and don't just pile everything on one person.
Oh, for sure. And I do think that we can be in danger of that as leaders. Sometimes your circle is small.
Yeah.
If you're a smart leader, it probably is.
Yes.
It doesn't mean that you're not friends and friendly
with people,
and acquainted with lots of people.
Right.
Usually, if you're a person of influence, you are. But your inner circle usually
is
smaller if you're a wise leader.
Right.
In saying that, because that is a protective thing that leaders do, we can tend to limit our perspective because we have that go-to. Yeah. I think especially if you work with your spouse in business, and especially like me and Joe, I mean, he's older than me. He just has this, I always know what to do presence. And I can find myself just bringing all of my challenges to him because I feel safe with him. I know he has good advice. Sometimes I don't want the advice. I just want him to listen.
Right.
But I have caught myself and thought, you know, he's not my girlfriend, or he's not, he's not, this isn't his expertise.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing is just taking advantage of his listening ear. I'm taking advantage of his care for me.
Yeah.
And so that's not good as a leader. So I think that's a great
really
point
good.
to not, you know, put it all on one person's doorstep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's good.
Very good point.
Hope they're taking notes.
I mean, I am. I'm like, this was good. This was good.
Yeah.
I think that when we talk about leadership, it's very easy to have like a certain idea of what we think leadership looks like.
Right.
And it's sometimes you do think like, well, the person who knows what to do is the leader. But that's not always true.
Right.
There are a lot of people who know what to do or how to get something done, but if they can't get the team, get the group to all move forward with one purpose and in unity, then you're not going to get across the finish line.
Yeah.
So I think that's a huge point about leadership.
Yeah. And another thing about leadership is it's okay. Like, we know this, but I'm just going to say it. We are not perfect. And I know from personal experience and just watching my parents be pastors, people expect people in leadership to be perfect. Okay? Nobody's perfect.
No.
And nobody's going to, when I say nobody, I'm talking about those in leadership. They're not always going to do things the way that is expected for them to do those things. And so I know me personally as a leader, you're sometimes scared to do the wrong thing. Like, I don't know what to do. And if I do this, what if it's the wrong thing? And you're just all up in your freaking head. Because you don't want to do the wrong thing, because you want to do the right thing, and also
you don't want to let
anybody down. Exactly.
You feel responsible for everyone's success and happiness and whatever.
Yeah.
And I think the danger of that is watering down our leadership. It's watering down our results, right?
Yes.
Because if as the leader, you're trying to please everybody that you're leading, you're not going to have there's no charge. There's no, you know, I mean, somebody's got to be at the head of the pack. Like, all I can imagine is like the movie Braveheart and Mel Gibson, like, rah, you know, somebody's got to be doing that.
Yeah.
And if you're back here like, hey, are you
good?
Are you good? And you're watering down your leadership to appease everybody and what they are expecting.
And I've been guilty of that. And I mean, totally, because me just being real, because that's what we promise on this podcast. I've totally been guilty of thinking about other people's emotions, opinions, and not putting what really matters in the scenario priority. You know what I mean? And so I remember a time my business coach said, you're literally sabotaging your own success. You're sabotaging your growth because you are putting people and their emotions and their feelings out at the helm of every decision you're making. You know what I mean? Like,
rather than the goal, the result.
Right.
That is
that's the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know? And so when you're a leader, I mean, I really just want to give people permission. Like, it's okay. Like we said, it's okay not to know what to do. It's okay. Sometimes we will make the wrong decision. It's going to happen. Yeah. I mean, who can sit here and say, I've made every decision right as a leader?
It's chance for you to show off your skills of how do you now navigate out of that wrong decision.
Right.
Right? Because someone who's not a true leader, who was just in title only, made a wrong decision, and then they say, oh crap, I've screwed it all up. I'm just gonna take my ball and go play over there because I don't want to deal with the aftermath of this.
Right.
a leader says, well, screwed that one up, let's fix it, and keeps the train moving, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's huge. I think this is a good little rabbit trail that we've taken, though, as far as what are some of the risks, of leaders and not knowing what to do or not handling things. And I think that one of the things that I have been guilty of is, we talked about it earlier, just trying to control the whole entire thing. And it's a fine line. We were talking about this not in an episode, but just in conversation about the tension, between in decision making as a leader. There's a tension. It's almost like a tightrope sometimes.
Right.
And you've got to be able to be in control. You've got to be able to think critically. But sometimes that critical sometimes I will mask overthinking as critical thinking. And convince myself and whoever I'm, in that situation with, that, well, this is just how I process. This is how I come up with solutions. I'm a problem solver. I'm a critical thinker. All those things are true. But sometimes, because your strength can also become your weakness.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And so sometimes I can lean into that too hard and overthink. And almost become critical. I'm just actually being critical.
Yeah, that's good.
And that, I think, is a danger as well. I can almost become too hard, right? So I'm maybe the opposite of you, where you have in the past tried to make sure everybody's okay, and it's having that effect, whereas I'm like so pragmatic about it. This about me. It's like, no, this is what we're doing. We're not stopping. We're not changing. We're not changing course. We're not, no exceptions.
You stick to your guns.
Yes.
It is.
And you need it sometimes, but not every situation calls for that level of pragmatism. So it's something that I have been learning to deal with as well.
Yeah.
Being flexible.
Eventually, you and I will get here on the same.
Between the two of us, we are the perfect leader.
Yeah. There you go. Oh my gosh.
So I think that we've covered a lot of good stuff.
Oh yeah.
I know that we started off with a question, which was what to do when we don't know what to do as a leader. We have given some tips along the way. I guess I'm just kind of recapping.
Yeah.
So I like the tip about the dad method. I like the tip, even though I'm the one who gave it. I like the tip about making a list of.
Loved it.
Who are your leader go-tos that they're not necessarily your leader, and it's okay if you have someone who's your leader on that list, but making a list of people that, when I have these types of challenges, I find myself seeking out this person for advice or for strength. Make that list and use it. Use it. For sure. I think those are two really strong practical tips, because I know, our first few episodes have been a lot of get to know you stuff, get to know your family, get to know our personalities. But this community, there's a lot of depth that's forming up here. And if you are listening or watching and you have thought, well, it was nice getting to know them, but where's the meat? Well,
it's coming.
This is it.
Yeah.
This is the type of stuff that we're going to be sharing in our Luxe Life community. In our emails. Like, if you have listened or subscribed, but you have not joined our email community.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and say this so I don't forget.
Yeah.
You can go to the luxelifepodcast.com and sign up for emails there. And some people are hesitant about this. Listen, you are not going to be more hesitant than me. I have a junk email address for this purpose.
Oh, wow.
Because I have my original Yahoo email address. I still have. It has, I don't know how many 100,000 unopened emails.
Oh my gosh.
I use it for all the things that I'm registered you're listening and you're going to go sign up, don't sign up with that email. Don't sign up with
the email you don't
Yahoo
check.
email.
Yeah. Or AOL.
Don't sign up with your AOL.com email. Okay? Sign up with your email that you check every day.
Yes.
Because we are sending out real content.
Real stuff.
Okay?
Yeah.
This isn't junk. This isn't just, oh, here's an upsell. Are we going to sell you something someday? Yes, we are. But you will want it when we do.
Yeah. And we're not bombarding people's email. We know that we all get emails all day long.
Yeah.
Like, we're only going to send you something if we have something to say.
That's right. So I feel that, I just wanted to address that this is some content. Maybe we'll have to this will be for people who follow us on social media. I think this is a cool idea. It just came to me. So
okay.
Put that down. That's why we switched back to our phones, because I'm like, I don't know. I'm thinking of stuff, and those cards were just not doing it for me. Note cards. But maybe we should just do a tour. I know a lot of things are digital now, but again, I'm married to Joe Casey. So, I have so many audio and video cassette tape series, DVDs. Listen, hundreds of thousands, probably millions of dollars have been spent
for all
on the library of wealth of knowledge that I live from and am sharing, right? Am I going to quote every person? No. You can go ahead and get an idea for some people that we have followed their leadership.
Right.
You know what I mean? We love Tony Robbins. I'm not always... I know Tony probably is not going to hear my podcast, but if he does,
never say never. You don't know.
I'm not as, fruity and nutty as some of the things that you talk about, but talk about a leader, right? And so there are plenty of others. That's just one that flew into my head because everybody knows Tony Robbins. But
right.
So much information that we have. Maybe I'll show a video of just the library of content.
Oh, you all have a ton, because Joe would be giving me books when I was in the office, like, read this and
listen to this,
and
it's a lot.
And it's all good.
And here's the thing: leadership is leadership. This is the Bible is probably our oldest form of leadership content material, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing new under the sun. All right, this is the information. This is what it is. This is how you live as a leader. And I don't know. I just think it's fun to talk about it in a relaxed way like that.
Oh yeah.
We can all go to a conference. I love them. We go to them.
We love them.
We go to them.
We create them. We have them.
We have them. But
something about conversation, and just being real.
And sometimes when I can be a fly on the wall and just listen to other leaders talk and share, and you know what, there's one thing, there are many times I don't even learn anything from what they say, but it just gave me so much validation to know.
Yes.
Woo, girl, I'm not crazy.
The validation, heavy on the validation, because as a leader you need it. And and it's not like a yes man, because some people love to surround themselves with people that yes. Validation is, you need it. Yeah. That I can relate to. Yeah. And I listen to people like that too. Like there's some people I listen to their podcasts and I hear them talk about stuff and I'm like, oh, thank God I'm not the only one dealing with this.
Right.
And it's so refreshing to know.
Yeah.
Because we always think people that we're looking up toward, or whatever you want to say, looking to, they've got it all together. They're not dealing with little people stuff. Honey, they're dealing with bigger fish because, they might be one or two steps ahead of you. The pond gets bigger. The fish get bigger.
The pond gets bigger. But weeds, mud, fish.
Yeah.
Maybe some ducks. It's the same. It's the same stuff.
Some water snakes.
Yeah. Some frogs. It's the same stuff. It's just a bigger pond or a little pond.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Being a leader, that's the validation, is just knowing that.
Yeah.
And sometimes we have to just hear it from somebody else to know that we're not alone, we're not crazy, we're doing we're doing the thing the right way.
Yeah.
Or maybe people listen and they think, oh, I'm doing everything wrong. Well, we just told you how to do it, so that's how we do it anyways, right?
Right.
We're having a pretty luxe life with the way we're doing things. Not perfect.
Right.
But that's the whole point of this luxe life concept is not perfection.
Right.
It's peace. It is victory. It is knowing that we did the dang thing the best way that we could.
Yeah.
And God gave us that thing to do because He knew that we could do it. And He wanted it done our way.
Right.
Because He knows all of His children and what our strengths are. And He gave us the things that He gave us to do, because just like when I give jobs to my kids, I'm not going to tell Will to fold my laundry. Are you kidding me? It's going to be wrinkled. It's going to be wadded up. I'm going to ask Greenlee to do that because I know that she's going to take the time and fold it and not wad it up.
Right.
Right? But if I need to have something painted in the house, some trim, or put a new light up, I'm not going to ask her to do that. We might burn the house down.
That's
right?
funny.
And so He knows His children.
Right.
Because that's the thing that He gives us to do, because He knows that we're going to do it.
That's so good.
Our best. And I think, I don't know, this is a
Girl,
little
that's
rabbit trail,
good.
but I think as leaders, we think we have to know, like, our whole future. You've got to have write the vision down, make it plain, and all this stuff. That is all true. But if you are paralyzed in life because you don't know what to do next, just do what's in front of you. God is putting that in front of you because that's what He wants you to do. Now, sometimes a trap gets laid in front of you, but you can usually tell. If you will be still and counselors around you, you'll be able to tell a trap. Right?
It's so good. I've been telling people, it's so funny that you said that, because that's literally word for word what I've been saying is just do what God put in front of you. Because people, they look. Do you think, did either one of us grow up and say, oh, I want to own a mystery shopping company. I want to do trading.
No.
Like, we didn't grow up and do that. We did what God put in front of us.
And it unfolded.
And it unfolded. Because people are like, well, how did you get it to do this?
And always dreamed.
Yeah, like, did it? I'm like, bro, I didn't even ask for this. God just put it, and I just started doing.
Yeah.
And so that was so good, because I've been in alignment with that. Just do what's in front of you.
Do it.
Just do it.
Let's do it and be confident. And I think that when we walk in that confidence to know that we don't have to know it all, we don't have to have it all figured out.
Right.
We just have to use our influence, use our gifts, and do the best we can.
Yeah. And that's all God asks of us.
That's all.
Yeah.
And when we do that, that's when we have the most success. The things that I have succeeded at the most in my life have been the things that I did in that way. When I overthink it, overcritical think it, control it, work it to death, get all up in my feelings, those things never turn out to be something that I'm proud of. The things that I am confident about, doesn't mean I don't get a little frustrated along the way, but the things that I'm most confident about and that I control me and not the situation, those things turn out to be the things I'm most proud of. So.
I love it. This was good.
All right. Well, I feel that we've covered a lot. I don't know that we did a Luxe moment of the week, so
the whole thing was Luxe.
I think that was it. We'll share one of those. So I think we've said what needs to be said.
Yeah.
There's that confidence. Just know when to quit. So
until next time, keep it Luxe.
Keep it Luxe.